Oh wow, where's my soundtrack? I can't find that file. Well, I guess no background, no music for you today. No. Even though it's clear that the argument is ended, I have debated this issue with numerous people for many years and have never received appropriate responses. I mean, the education as we know it will be like owning a horse, a prestigious thing to be part of, but not really practical. Horses are expensive to keep and care for, and modern transportation is quicker, less expensive, and doesn't require the same social and material requirements as horses. Well, isn't that the purpose of universities? Your unsatiable need to belong to an institution or a position in your frat house. I belong to a generation with somehow limited options. Not entirely, but somehow limited. We all pursued whatever our parents wanted us to study. If I could return to being very young, I would definitely tell them to forget that nonsense and focus my time on soccer training and real estate development. That's where the money is. Today, the traditional educational model is largely obsolete, so it's time to transform ourselves, at least for us, the older generation. Kids today aren't required to do anything. This is the only world they're familiar with. TikTok, they, them, this and that, life is good. If you're different today, they call you a troublemaker. Never mind your opinion. So yes, those days are over, although certain individuals tend to be somehow attached and resistant to change, including me to a certain degree. From e-readers to e-learning, the transformation is swift, and if you can't see the cadence of future developments, you're so nostalgic that it will affect your efficiency. So is efficiency this is all about? It shouldn't be. Nowadays, it seems that schools exist primarily to develop social skills rather than just to fill your mind with information. But if you can't climb the tree, what's the point? I mean, if you're genuinely curious and intoxicated by knowledge, you will desire it regardless of having an elder who thinks he or she understands what is best for you. From educational professionals and so-called instructors to human resources teams, the traditional world has produced a legion of untitled individuals relishing the liberties of starving artists, devoid of real skill and subsidized costs. Also, no one should tell you who your mentor should be. You have the freedom to select your own, and indeed, it might be AI. Very long time ago, Alvin Toffler suggested that as societal change speeds up, the capacity to adapt grows more crucial than conventional literacy. He thought education should extend beyond just gaining knowledge. It should also instruct people on how to discard old information and skills or unlearn and adopt new ones, relearn, right? Allowing them to stay relevant and effective in a fast changing environment. So, why is the education system we recognize viewed as failing? Well, a rising group of teachers, analysts, and scholars claims that the existing education system is inherently unsustainable and becoming more and more irrelevant. Contemporary schools continue to be primarily organized based on principles established during the industrial era aimed at creating obedient factory employees instead of autonomous thinkers. Well, Pink Floyd was right a long time ago, but nothing ever happened to the machine. It's still there, and the system prioritizes consistency, batch processing or grades, and strict schedules, viewing students as products on an assembly line instead of as individuals with distinct learning requirements. And this method does not equip students for a fast evolving and intricate world where adaptability and innovation are essential. Heraclitus was obviously aware of what was ahead, and they recognized his correctness, yet traditionally educated individuals appear to be shocked by the change. I believe this is particularly accurate for seniors who were raised in strict traditional systems. For them, the scent of books and a reliable grading system represents a matter of comfort. Who wants to exist in a reality that isn't what they've been promised? And numerous critics observe that education has transitioned from nurturing curiosity and individual development to functioning as a credentialing system for employment. The emphasis on grades, standardized assessments, and job prospects has stifled the pleasure of learning, transforming education into a mechanism for supporting capitalism instead of a resource for individual and community improvement. All of this has resulted in a diminished value of the humanities and critical thinking, further constricting the educational experience. And yes, it was supposed to be a fun ride, not a rat race. The failure of education is also linked to long-standing social inequalities, insufficient school funding, inadequate teacher salaries, and costly, unreachable training deter skilled individuals from joining or staying in the field. Imagine what would have occurred to me in 1981 if I had expressed that I was dissatisfied with my annoying algebra instructor. They would tug my ear for being disobedient, or even worse, nowadays, children can hurl insults at their teachers and they're often praised for showing personality. Oh well. Unfunded mandates and punitive funding strategies exacerbate results for needy schools, generating a harmful cycle of deterioration. Consequently, the system is losing teachers and students alike as more individuals are opting for alternatives such as homeschooling and so on. Although technology provides unmatched access to information today, it is also frequently identified as a significant contributor to diminishing literacy and shorter attention spans, and sure enough, I can agree with some of it. Certain educators contend that too much screen time and dependence on devices for reading and writing have weakened fundamental skills and reduced students' ability for prolonged concentration and analytical involvement. Simultaneously, the conventional system opposes utilizing technology's capability for individualized, self-guided education. Efforts at reform, whether by adjusting curricula, altering administration, or implementing new regulations, have mostly not tackled the root problems. Schools, being intricate social systems, generally resist fragmented interventions and often push away external influences. Critics contend that significant transformation will not arise from gradual reforms, but rather from the eventual phasing out and substitution of the existing system with more flexible, student-focused models. As the gap between schools and practical requirements widens, an increasing number of families and educators are leaving the system for homeschooling, alternative education, or unschooling. And this trend is predicted to quicken, resulting in a slow yet an unavoidable decrease in the significance and feasibility of conventional education. Universities are at a pivotal moment, encountering major difficulties that endanger the conventional model, yet they're not inevitably fated to vanish. Rather, the future suggests significant change instead of complete extinction. Numerous universities, particularly in the UK and US, are facing falling enrollments, diminished public financing, and a significant dependence on international students whose figures are declining. More than 40% of universities in England are expected to face deficits, resulting in reductions of programs and sales of assets. In the US, the enrollment cliff, a significant decrease in the number of college-age students, has commenced, adding financial strain and resulting in closures and job reductions. Public confidence in the worth of a university degree is diminishing, with a decreasing number of individuals considering it essential for obtaining a good job. Increasing tuition, student loans, and concerns over return on investment are pushing students to explore alternative, less expensive options. Moreover, there exists an issue of technological disruption. online learning platforms and digital qualifications or micro-credentials are contesting the dominance of conventional degrees, providing adaptable, skills-oriented, and frequently more affordable options. Universities need to adjust to the emergence of AI, which is transforming education, learning, and management, yet many institutions feel ill-equipped for this change. The number of conventional college-age students is declining, while the need for customized, adaptable, and blended learning opportunities is increasing. Students anticipate more customized experiences that integrate both in-person and online learning while also becoming more focused on their careers. The future probably favors universities that adopt hybrid education, integrating both in-person and online methods while utilizing technologies such as AI, VR, and AR to customize and enhance the learning experience. Universities will enhance their provision of short, stackable qualifications to address the demands of an evolving job market, facilitating lifelong and on-demand learning. Although numerous smaller or financially unstable universities might shut down or combine prestigious and research-oriented institutions are expected to persist, maintaining the conventional campus experience for those who can afford it or prioritize it. Organizations that collaborate with industry and other universities and that welcome global cooperation will be more equipped to succeed, that's for sure. It is unlikely that universities will entirely disappear in the foreseeable future. Instead, the sector will shrink and fluctuate. The university as we know it, defined by spacious lecture rooms, rigid degree structures, and dependence on tuition income, is already evolving beyond comprehension. Some will fail, many will develop, and a few will endure as centers of study and tradition. The university as it exists now might be unrecognizable in 100 years. We are currently observing the onset of this, and these changes always result in end rather than complete replacements. Elites will seek the traditional experience even when other choices exist. Currently, many universities are acknowledged for their proactive adjustments to technological, social, and economic shifts. And these organizations are reevaluating conventional frameworks, incorporating technology, and synchronizing their curricula with actual market needs. I don't think I need to bring up Stanford and MIT. It's obvious, right? So, recognized for its entrepreneurial spirit and creativity, the University of Michigan effectively integrates innovation into its curriculum and collaborates internationally, particularly in health and medicine. Similarly, Ohio State University is notable for its vibrant research initiatives aimed at technological advancement, alongside fostering creative exploration, internship opportunities, and patent innovations in various scientific areas. Arizona State University, also known as ASU, is esteemed for its advanced technological infrastructure, great online education systems, and creative degree programs that respond to changing job market demands. While the University of Florida utilizes adaptive learning technology, modernized classroom layouts, and research-focused economic growth initiatives. And let's not forget that Duke's Learning Innovation Team provides cutting-edge technologies for both on-campus and online use alongside research and global initiatives. And the list goes on, but the world has changed forever, whoever is on the list. With supremely effective educational platforms like Coursera, there's also edX, Udemy, Udacity, Khan Academy, MIT OpenCourseWare, which is amazing, LinkedIn Learning, Skillshare, Sailor Academy, Thinkific, and Allison. So the sky is the limit. Sure enough, you still cannot perform an open heart surgery or represent a client in a court based on that, but even that will eventually happen. Maybe not tomorrow, but it will. Sure enough, there are some F-ups with the new educational model. I'm not talking about the uselessness of early romantic poetry in this brave new world. Oh no, there are more useless pseudosciences should I say, gender studies? Okay, never mind. As my favorite guy, Alvin Toffler, said, the illiterate of the 21st century will not be those who cannot read and write, but those who cannot learn, unlearn, and relearn. So choose good life. Don't be stuck in your old ways. Choose to learn. Choose to forget. Also choose to ignore, I would say. Choose to select how to educate no matter what the political agenda is all about. Choose good. Stay selective. Bye-bye.